everybody. Anna ma'am, thanks for coming. Thanks for calling me. All the seniors sitting here, principals from far away. I heard you have even taken 12 hours. So, Hayat said a lot of shairis. Because I got the flower, let me tell one for the organizing secretary. फूल होकर, फूल लेकर, फूल के पास फूल लाया और फूल कर कहा फूल ले लो. I took it. Thank you everybody. Thank you the students. Please all the seniors here. Thank you. God bless you. Don't allow me to go till I answer your every question on this profession today. Right? I got one WhatsApp message, 2 Insta message, and I've got many Facebook message. First, the question was always about what is my background, and they've asked about my parents. Right? So I will be telling you all, I'll start my lecture with that. But I just want all of us to respect grandmother of Hayat sir and just say our prayers. Just stand up for a minute. Let her soul bless in peace. Yes, sacrifice coming here. We start. Thank you. Hayat sir, I hope her soul is in peace and her teaching remains with you and with most of us what we have heard here. So my answer was, I am not, so all of you are sitting here, don't worry from where you are coming. Don't worry about that. My parents was, you all have heard a lot of restaurants in Hyderabad, the IRANI restaurants. Alpha is opposite the Hyderabad station, Paradise. Right. They are my dad's cousin. So they all Iranis came from Iran. So my father also came from there. He had a restaurant in Nanavati Hospital itself. After finishing study, I used to go to school, work till 1:30 school, come back home, do my homeworks from 4 o'clock till 11 o'clock night. I used to work in that canteen, washing dishes. I was a parwala, table wala, whatever you want to call it. There are 5 staff still left. So once a month, I have lunch with them. To know my status, I have been a boy working in a canteen. So don't think what you are today. The lowest pay I took was Bombay Hospital, 600 rupees a month, lowest. And the highest pay I took when I was with Indian cricket team, 1,75,000 per day. And so we are not salary-based people. When people complain that salaries are less or Priyanli said that she left physiotherapy for a better pay, we are not, we are consultant. खुद ही को कर इतना बुलंद कि खुदा खुद तुझसे पूछे बता बंदे तेरी रजा क्या है. So raise your level to an extent. Even God should ask you, what do you want? Right? So please, we are not in a profession of salary. You raise your standard. When our private visit in Mumbai Hospital when I was working was 60 rupees to see a private patient. I can't name her. We had a lady physio in Mumbai. She used to charge that time 3,000 rupees. 60 rupees, 3,000 rupees. So I had a mission. I should be that good. People should pay me for that. Right? So each one of them, whatever talent, maybe you cannot be an all-rounder. Right? I'm not an all-rounder. I'm very specific. I can see any patient, but I will go. You all have not understood Hayat sir. I was calling it a world of women, but he explained it is a woman, wellness of the world. I got corrected. I should always think it's a woman, wellness for. I have been not getting an opportunity to learn from him, but 2 of his assistants used to come to Bombay regularly. I don't know, I should call him to Mumbai now. The assistants were coming and I used to attend the lecture. It's a new world. The next specialty that will come into physiotherapy is going to be whatever he has been doing, pelvic floor. Everything revolves around that. Everything. We are born because of the pelvic floor. We are born because of that. And just one mistake, one thing going wrong there, it can just misfire. Your all wellness can go away. A lot to talk, but I think so he has not taken that as a topic today. But wow means that. And women, please, we are doing our best that it becomes a part of the syllabus of physiotherapy. But in Mumbai and Gujarat, everybody goes for the, I think so you had a workshop in Hyderabad also. Yeah, I'm sure now this time people will know more. Yes, ma'am has attended. It's a different world, right? So it is how we have conquered one after the other, you know. So when I was young, I wanted to be doing sports. So I was told what we have to do, what is the role of physiotherapy in sports. But today there is no team in the country which doesn't have, I even saw a Karen team going and there was a physiotherapist in them, right? So I was shocked at how we have conquered. And best thing about physiotherapy is in whichever specialty we entered, we conquered. We didn't come back. And I'm sure you will do that, you know. Even in pelvic floor, we shall conquer. And as you said, there are urologists and gynecologists approaching and they want your workshop. Yes. So our topic today, I'm just going to take you all to a tour of physiotherapy. So why I became, my first love was bank opposite Nanavati Hospital, was a flying club called Bombay Flying Club. So I wanted, very keen to be a pilot. And all the read, we are supposed to read Quran in Ramadan. So I was reading it in English. So there was a surah, there was a chapter, it came, Surah Maida, verse number 32, all those are going to watch it. It said, if you heal, God is saying, if you heal one of my human being, you have healed my mankind. So there was the first click. So it struck my mind. So you all are in a healing profession. Believe that, how it comes. Sir said about be after your passion, for I don't go after the money, so just remind me, that's my shadow. If I try catching it, I will never catch it. But if I turn around, the shadow follows me. So money is like that. Don't try to catch it. You do your passion, okay, you are learning, you are studying something to heal, you are in healing profession. If money has to come, it will come. It will come. I know a surgeon in Mumbai, cancer surgeon, there was a fight, everybody wanted to grab him as an assistant surgeon. He suddenly said, no, Dubai was coming up some 30 years back. He said, I want to go to Dubai and to become a businessman. I said, but God has given you some lovely hands, you know. The daring that you do to remove cancer from the throat and not injure any nerve, he was famous for that. He said, no, I want to go to Dubai and be here, right? And I saw him around 7 months back in Dubai, and he said, I should have listened to you that time. He said, with difficulties, I am only earning to survive in Dubai. So forget being a businessman, I've only gone in losses. But if all his colleagues, who was a surgeon, they are topmost cancer surgeons of Mumbai today. So please, if you have selected this surgeon, I know half of the women don't practice, they get married and just that certificate B physio is for the marriage. You know, so maybe some of you will have to pay less dowry because it's you are a physiotherapist. No, you are in healing profession and God returns. Don't bother. If you heal a patient, God will return. Going to the next slide. As I said, physiotherapy was not born, it existed. I'll prove it to you all. I believe there is no evidence. There is no evidence that we were in the world before. Neither there is evidence that we are going to come again. There is no evidence, yes. Our mythology talks about it. So let us do our best in this journey. And keeping in mind that we shall not come back again. Right? Irrespective of the religion you belong, we are all going to die. No different religion keeps you alive. We are all going to die. And there's one question that God is going to ask you. What did you do for my human being? So don't be embarrassed at time. So you are in the right profession, you will be healing. You will very proudly say, yes, I healed. I saw my patients. Right? So we may not come again. Next slide. So I take you to the history of physiotherapy. 2,500 years ago also the benefit of physiotherapy was known. That is more than 450 years before Christ. So Hector used hydrotherapy. I remember when I was a student, ultrasound was given underwater. There were no medias. And the best result still today, I tell you, is giving ultrasound underwater. Whether it's a heel pain, elbow pain, knee pain, if you could arrange it, giving it underwater, the results are fantastic. So Hector had said sometime, traditional methods recognize the power of water cure. That time, it's coming back. Aqua therapy, swimming pool, going to water therapy, all this is coming back. What was there that time? Then Hippocrates advocated massage. Sorry, Hippocrates advocated massage. Today we call it kneading, mobilization, manipulation. Right? It is same. So we were known much before. We are before medicine also. Before medicine came into existence, our techniques were used. And we are using it now again. Next. So the earliest document found was in 1894, where Chartered Society of Physiotherapy was formed. So we are not new. We are as old as that time. Next, I'll go to the timeline for you. Fine. So let's see how we went through. 1914, physiotherapists were called reconstruction aid during World War I. Right? And you see in 40s the PNF technique came, and then it was NTT technique came in 50s. In 1960s, manual therapy started coming. 1980 was explosion of all the equipment that we saw, diathermy, laser, ultrasound, all the equipment started coming. And it was 1990 that we started proving the importance of physiotherapy, because we entered sports by that time. I remember we used to go for disaster management, and we were told, what is our role in physiotherapy? Surgeons will go, they will operate, they will put a plaster. After 6 weeks, they will remove the plaster, then physiotherapists will go. No. Today the first group that goes are the physios. We have proved it. Right? And they know our importance. So at least in Maharashtra, when there is a disaster anywhere, I get the call first. I take my team there. Hopefully I will be showing it in my thing. So coming the growth of physiotherapy in India. 1952, first Department of Physiotherapy in KEM Hospital, GS Medical College, Mumbai. 1953, the first course of physiotherapy started again in Mumbai, KEM Hospital, 2 years course, 10 seats, and they should not get 10 students to do physiotherapy. So I remember my teacher, my mentor, Rambhai Patel, who is from Ahmedabad. He was in charge of Bombay Hospital. He says, because he saw the ad in Gujarat Samachar paper twice, thrice, then he thought, what is this? They are repeatedly asking. So he went and applied, and he was a 9th student. Still they had to wait for 10th student to come. So 10 seats. Second college came in Vellore, third came in Chennai. And then when I finished my studies, there were only 7 colleges of physiotherapy, each 20 seats. So 140 students were passing, and out of 140, believe me, 70, 75 were going to European countries, right? And some remaining in India, some used to go to US, because going to Europe was overnight. They used to come interview, and by night they used to set you to Norway, Finland, all that. Indians were going there first. Then they started going to US, Canada, all the different places. So I belong to this college, MS University, because I first joined Delhi. Finished 3 months in Delhi, IPH, but I ran back to Baroda when I saw the ad, because Baroda was a degree college. The first degree college of physiotherapy was Baroda. The rest of the 6 colleges were diploma. So I wanted to do a degree, so re-exam, there was exam. There were 2 types, written exam, and they used to take an interview with you. So you have to even clear the interview, how physically you are fit to do physiotherapy. There is MS University Baroda, SSG college. And today, we have more than 250 colleges giving bachelors of physiotherapy, highest in Gujarat, 75 colleges, and 85 colleges giving master degree, and more than 15 universities giving PhD programs. So the hunger of physiotherapists doesn't end in BPT. They want to do MPT, after MPT, they want to do PhD. When I was the first student to apply for PhD, we didn't have PhD in physiotherapy. So I had to change my faculty. I joined fine arts. And my study was anatomy of body movement and dance. So I was the first one to do a PhD in physiotherapist from Bombay University. But I had to change my faculty. Then my second PhD was easy because I had to do it in sports. But please remember, for you all, it is very, very easy to do PhD now because of the laptop and computers. During our time, it was handwritten notes, go to a typist, You type, and by the time you made a chapter, you go to your guide. They should throw it away. What nonsense you have written. So we didn't have, copy paste. So we had to come back, open few more books, rewrite it, retype it. And typing also, the ribbons were bad. So you had to carry your own ribbon, request the guy to open the ribbon and put this ribbon so it's readable to the guide. Nowadays you send chapters. I'm a guide. I see how every week you tell them, every week they'll send you a chapter. You want to correct it again, in 2 hours they correct and send it back. I said, how? Because they must have repasted from somewhere and take another paragraph, add it and send it to you. And this is yours. You won't take it. So finally you get fed up and accept it. Right? So it was a difficult time for us. Then came the Indian Association of Physiotherapists. We all know driving car, but we are not allowed because we don't have a license. We need a license to drive cars. Similarly, you should be a member. So students, as you finish, I'll tell the principals also, guide them. I've got people who go to US, Canada, settle, and then they want IIP membership. So it's a license. Once you finish it, after your internship, apply, at least if you're going to go abroad. IIP is a must. Rest, those who want to practice in a state, Gujarat has a council, Maharashtra has a council, Delhi has a council, Haryana has a council now, Tamil Nadu is on the way. So you can be a member of your own council, state council. But yes, IIP is getting the central council. So maybe once you are a central council member, you can practice anywhere in India. So why we are the best? Why India is the best? See, all the courses are 4 years around the world. US is 3 years. You can be a graduate in any subject, health, science subject, anything. And then do 3 years of DPT, doctor in physiotherapy. So see your clinical hours. 3 years. You have done something in science, you are entering into physiotherapy, 3 years. Right? And here, when you are doing 4.5 years, from the second year you are seeing patients. And thank God for our population, 1,400 million population. So all the colleges have enough patients. And there you don't have, because you don't have a license to see patient. So you have to complete your DPT, get into the license, then you are allowed to see patients. Same thing UK, people go to UK to do post-graduation, they are not allowed to see patients. Right? But, and in 15 months it's your post-graduation. Our post-graduation you have to almost do 3 years. It was 3 years, now it has become 2 years. Next slide. Alright. So DPT, they see, our PhD is more than 3 years. 3 years. I just had a student who completed in 8 years. Right? I'm saying I had a student who completed in 8 years. Because she wanted to do it on footballers. We have sent her article to FIFA. She proved that lack of vitamin D3 and B12 plays a very important role in musculoskeletal system. So please, all my patients that I see, I want them to see their vitamin D3, B12. It is not there in normal blood tests. Please remember, it's not there in normal blood tests. Ask your, at least when your parents are doing it, ask them to do their B3, B12. All Indians have it less. And almost 80% of Indians will have. B12 should be between 400 and 800. More than 800 is toxicity. D3, don't bother. Minimum it should be more than 50, go up to 100, you can go up to 150. There is no toxicity in D3. And why I say that when my lectures come, COVID, 3,500 patients treated, surveyed by us, evaluated by us, all the vital capacities were less than 1.5 liter, and the D3 was below 20. No D3. As soon as we give them architol injection for D3, at least they saw an increase in vital capacity by half a liter, and immediately they started breathing better, feeling better. Very, very important is D3. Those who are vegetarian, very difficult to get, I don't know the source of it, right? But those who are non-veg, paya and paya masala, paya soup is a must to increase the D3 level. Must. Chicken has no value. You can talk for hours on it. It's zero value. So you are only happy that you are having chicken. I see maximum having here, right? Mutton will give you B12. And fish is going to give you omega-3. A big chapter. I have a 2.5-year study on omega. Right? Fine. So what does WHO say about us? Very clear. Right? Physiotherapy as an independent practice and out of paramedic. So we are not paramedic. We can, at least in my hospital, I can admit a patient. I admit a patient and I refer it to a neurologist. I admit a patient, I send it to an orthopedic surgeon to come and see. We refer. Rather, they refer to us, but we also refer to them. Right? So it's that important how you raise your standard as far as you're practicing physiotherapist. Next. So a century ago, physiotherapy was known for its role with orthopedic disorders. I said put plaster, they will remove, we'll go and treat them. But with promotion of evidence-based practice, we have broken all barriers and explored various fields of healthcare, proving that physiotherapy today has no boundaries. The last specialty coming is going to be pelvic health. Right? It will come very soon. Next. So we are into women's health. So we are into prenatal, postnatal exercises. So a gynecologist refer patient to us for prenatal exercises. After the delivery, they send them few sessions for postnatal exercises. It's very important. The more you will come to know about it, and more normal deliveries are done if the patient has done, if the mothers have done the prenatal exercises. It's a huge importance. Next. We are into pediatric autism, cerebral palsy, polio is no more, but it's all falls under our domain to treat them. Next. We are into orthopedic condition, back problem, shoulder problem, neck problem, ankle problem. We treat them, we see them. Next. Then manual therapy, mobilization and manual therapy. Next. I think so the video will work. Can you tap? Okay. Then we entered sports in 1987. Whatever. Go back again and come. No. Okay, go next. Fine. Next. Leave it. It will come. We ended sports in 87. As I said, any specialty we entered, we conquered. There is no team that doesn't have now. So coming on sports, yes, the role of us was even to see them warming up, prepare them, muscle evaluation regularly, muscle strength, mobility. This is what came under our jurisdiction. Right? But now there are a lot of other things. There are personal trainers, there are somebody else for the exercise, somebody else for the treatment, somebody else for massage. So there are a number of things in the team, but during our era, only 14 players, 1 physio, 1 manager. Not more than 16 people. Right? So the job of physio was much more. We had to do everything possible at the time. Next. Then we entered film industry. So there is no shoot, whatever live shows that you are seeing on television, most of the Chalak, Diklada and all that, all have 2 physios with that. All shows, live shows, whatever you are seeing has got 2 physiotherapists attached to them. So they are very good. Most of the film shoots, there are no shoot when the film shoot top, bigger the hero, more physios they want there. They want the physios around to see if they get injured, immediately they are treated. Next. So today a physiotherapist's greatest challenge is not treating the disorder, but identifying and preventing the cause of disorder. So we are not only on treatment, we are not only giving the anatomy and ultrasound. We are working a lot on prevention, especially the IT centers. I go to Hinjewadi in Pune once a month, talking to Tata Consultancy, Wipro, Infosys. I only train them, I know what problem they will get. Only to prevent the neck problem, tennis elbow you call it, then they curve wrist, knee problem, the way they are sitting, postural problem. So we correct it because the company wants to pay you beforehand so that they don't lose. There was a pen factory in Vapi. They had called me, 800 women working. You know, pen is assembling. The machine does everything. It sends the cap, it sends the refill, everything is sent. Then you have to assemble the ball pen. It's assembling. So 800 women, the owner told me, any given day 150 are absent. All. But when I went to see them, all were sitting down. They used to sit like that, 8, 10 of them, and they were bent like that and they were assembling. And there was a guy roaming with a jug and a glass of water. So they were not allowed to get up. So they used to give them water if they want. So I said the first thing I told them is they cannot sit on the floor. Put a nice table, extra light, and put 11 on a table. 1 can always go out. 10 will be working. Right? So not giving them water. They want tea, coffee, water. They have to go out and come back. So there is a break. So every table where 1 could go out, rest were working. First month, the production increased by 12%. And then 150 not working came to 30. Why? Because the position they were working. So same thing is in all IT. They are all your patient. More the centers open IT, you all should be the one to go and train them. Don't say I'm a physiotherapist, I will treat. No, say I will teach them how to prevent. They are going to get these problems, right? So I was just telling here the story. We had gone to South Africa, and nobody talked about. So every time they looked at us, because it was a poor country at that time, they said, "Where you got your bata from? Nice bata. How much you paid for your bata?" So we thought that there is no word called shoe. So we asked Ali Bakar, the president. He said that Bata had sent a delegation to South Africa. So delegation went back and said that people don't wear shoe. Why to put a factory here? So one young boy told the owner, "Allow me, sir. I will teach them to wear shoes, and we will not have any competition." So that's why the whole mother is telling the child, "Don't go out without wearing your bata." So the word shoe had become bata. Now same thing I was telling here. The word pelvic floor should be taught to the people. So we all will know. Oh, sir, believe me, sir, most of us will be a patient of pelvic, but we don't know. So you all have to bring more awareness into. We all need. I was doing a lot of pelvic floor exercises as taught by your students, and I was very religious in doing it because it was something new I was learning. So very happy to spend 15-20 minutes morning and evening doing the exercises. Next. Neurology got subdivided into two: pediatric neurology, adult neurology. A lot of work could be done in neurology, especially now in geriatric conditions. We see them for balance exercises. Next. We came into chest medicine and intensive care. Right? If please remember, MPTs earlier were general. You were doing BPT and you were doing MPT, that's all. It was general. Then it came, it has to be, medical in orthopedic condition, neurology conditions, chest. Got subdivided, peds in neuro, adult neuro. Got subdivided, there's one more specialty which is brain mapping under neuro. Then again in ortho got subdivided into musculoskeletal, joint replacement, then sports medicine. All, the chest PT also became exercise physiology and chest PT. So the subdivisions are taking place. I call it the super specialty. So we are not into specialty, but now we are into super specialty. We have physios who are only dealing with hand. Only hand, they are champion. Right? So the super specialties are coming in. So when intensive care, so all the principals who are here and staff, please encourage night duties for physiotherapists. Whether it's going to be an intern, whether it's going to be a post-graduation introduced. 26 years back I started. Our relationship with all our doctors improved because of our night duties. We have holiday duties, we have got Sunday duties. I'm here on a Sunday, but my staff is working there. We see the patient. Patients don't look Sunday, Monday and all that. Okay, it is Diwali or it's going to be Christmas. They want treatment, they have come to the hospital to get all right. So there should be a comp off. Some take off on Wednesday, some take on Thursday, but they are working on a holiday. Next. So in short, I've labeled it, physiotherapy is 24/7. Physiotherapy is not 9 to 5. Physiotherapy is not 10 to 6. Right? So we should not grumble about salaries because there's nothing to do with that. More patient you see, more money should fall in. It depends how much you see. I used to go from 7 in the morning till 10 o'clock at night. So my department was like that. Because I was paid per patient. Right? I was not paid a salary. That was my first condition. Neonatal is the new thing. The research showed most of the infants die at night. They choke because they cannot express there is sputum which has to come out. So every 6 hourly we give now chest PT. We do suctioning. So that's how we are 24/7. And we have saved life. We save these kids. Right? And especially newborn, the preterm infants, early intervention and oromotor stimulation. With the gloves, our physiotherapists put hand stimulate the oromotors. So the suctioning starts earlier. They can take the breast or the bottle milk much faster than rather than dying away. Thanks. Next. We came into cardiac rehab. Right? So we don't wait for a person to get heart attack and then do cardiac rehab. So for prevention, many people join. They know that their age now 45 plus, so they can get a heart problem. So they come for cardiac rehab. Next. We came into geriatrics. I very firmly believe that science will increase the longevity of a human being. We may live even 100 years, we may live 120 years. And we want our parents and grandparents to live that much. But the quality The problem is the quality, whether they are able to wear their clothes, whether they can go to a bathroom, whether they can pick up their own glass of water. That is important. That role nobody can give other than a physiotherapist. Right? So we have a very big role in geriatrics, especially balance exercise, strengthening exercise, quads because they have to walk, they have to get up from the chair. And I say we have patients coming at the age of 90 also, 92 also, and they just come to keep themselves fit with the activities. I call it activities of daily living. So what is daily living? They should be able to pick a glass of water, they should be able to go to the kitchen, they should be able to go to the bathroom, wear their own clothes. We don't want them to go and play volleyball down or do any work for us. Activities of daily living is for themselves. Right? Next. So I believe physician adds years to the life, but it's a physiotherapist that adds life to the years. The quality of life begins. We entered brain mapping 8 years back. So till now we were treating patients from outside the brain. So brain mapping proved it we can enter the brain and find out what is happening. Just as a joke, I say the left side is the male's brain. They work in boxes. They will finish a box and then go to the next box. But the right side is the female's brain. They can do multitasking. Like sitting on them, sitting here, they can plan when this will be over, when we will be going, what is the next plan, right? What you have to buy. You remember, kal college jayega ki chutti de dega. All that is going. Multitasking, right? But we all have the same brain, left and right side divided. The roles are known, what they do. Next. Just a small video to show you how the brain functions. Then I'll tell you what science, what we have proved in our brain mapping. This is how it done. The extreme left, what you see is delta, then the zone is theta zone, then it comes to alpha zone, beta zone, and gamma zone. We work in 5 zones. So extreme right, what you see is gamma, we don't want that. Alpha is the best zone of living. To simplify it, I'll tell you all, we have done on 1,000 students, told them with the brain mapping, you are enjoying with your friends. They were all in alpha zone, happiness. As soon as we spoke about exam, they all went in gamma zone. Stress. So to live life is alpha zone. All those have performed well. We have done on sports people. All those have performed well. When they have taken wickets or done 5 goals, they all were, when we think about the game you were playing 100, they were in alpha zone. As soon as we spoke to them about, bada ganda khela, the game was not good. And when we asked them if they were in gamma or beta zone. So the living zone is alpha. We are looking forward for a good pharmacologist to come and give the tablet, so we can take a tablet every morning and we remain in alpha zone. Right? Or sounds of telephone. Rings can convert. When you hear that ring, you like it and you go in alpha zone. So studies are on still, and I am first started with sports people, but I did randomly a lot of students, a lot of Bollywood stars. They're always there in gamma zone because they're directed. So we tell them about the best scene they have done, gamma zone. The worst scene you have done, gamma zone, because none is their idea. They do as per the director tells them. So when you are told, but a monk I've done on monk, many monks, alpha zone, because they meditate. Meditation straight takes you into alpha zone. So every day if you can put yourself before you go to sleep in alpha zone, nothing like it. Before going to the college and sitting for your exam, if you can put yourself in alpha zone, nothing like it. Next. Now see the characteristics of all this zone. So if you are in delta zone, there's a deep sleep, you're fast asleep. So theta zone brings you, when you're dreaming, it is, you are in theta zone, you're just trying to get up, half asleep, half ready. But alpha is best, you are focused, and it's a healing zone. So idea in neurology is we put our patient first in alpha zone and then start the treatment of physiotherapy. So it helps better, the results are better when you take the patient into alpha zone. And of course beta is tension, mental activities, too much excitement, stress, and same thing is gamma, but we are also doing a research study on gamma. Because after when you are in gamma zone, you remember a lot, it's more taking a reflection of earlier years. So we are doing a study whether a person can be taken back, So they start remembering their old days. They only talk about the achievement. So elderly people, when we have 70 plus years, we saw them more into gamma zone. Very difficult. Teenagers, up to teenagers, youngsters, they are more into theta, very difficult to get them in alpha. Alpha comes 16 above, 16 to 30 years you are focused. Either you are studying, either you are working, you are focused. So you are more, this age group was more into alpha zone, but again when you become senior, old, they go into the gamma zone. Because they start recollecting the old days. When I was young, when I was in college, when I was staying there, you know, so they remember that, so that takes them into the gamma zone. Next. 70% of Indians stay in rural area. So all the physiotherapists who think they should practice in big cities like Hyderabad, Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, you all are mistaken. All my students are sent to rural area, they put up a center there, their earning is much, much more than people who are earning in big cities. Right? They see 100 patients and 80 patients and 120 patients. Right? So because 70% of the people stay, Indians, stay in rural area, only 30% are in big cities. So don't think you have to be in a big city. The population is in rural area. Next. Before pandemic coming in and having more all the Zoom calls and treating patients through video calls, we had telephysiotherapy, we have a telemedicine center in a hospital. We used to connect to all the rural areas, see the patient, our staff or interns were there. They should show us the patient and we could guide them. Can we still follow you? When you send your student to a rural area, can be guided by your teachers, principal or whoever expert you can call up. Our hospital covers up 53 African countries. Any patient, so the specialty is picked up. Right? But we saw that telephysiotherapy was in most demand because we demonstrate. Other doctors come and when they say what is the problem, they write some prescription. Now that medicine they get or you don't get, God knows, in Africa. Right? But we do telephysiotherapy, which has now got converted into WhatsApp call, Telegram calls, any call, Zoom call, and you can treat the patients. Next. Prevention and ergonomics, as I said, all the IT center, more the IT center comes, you are in. Right? So we take lectures for them in prevention and of course treat them whenever they come. Next. Two of my students doing PhD now in schools. So biggest problem is we don't know how many kgs of bag to carry. Should we decide age-wise? Should we decide weight-wise? Should we decide height-wise? Or should we decide standard-wise? So all this study is going on, what should be the weight of a bag that the children are carrying. And what we saw in this rural area, more than 12% school-going, primary school-going kids have scoliosis, right? Because nobody has taught them how to carry the bag, or they don't have proper bag. So it's hanging one side, so every day they are carrying, we don't know, 8 kgs, 10 kgs, right? So they have scoliosis, and so they will grow up with this. So it is our role to go to these areas, right, and show them the right method, how to align the spine or correct, or teach them how to carry the bags. Next. We are into disaster management. So if you go to see, we have covered up Uri, we have covered Gujarat earthquake, and especially in Kashmir we had to put tents. That was the physiotherapy center. So the hospital broken, then it was repaired. So we could shift to that hospital. This is the Uri area. Uri is LOC, line of control. We cannot go without the permission of army, because half of the village is Pakistan, other half is India. But physiotherapists have reached there, we have served there. Next. There are two types of disasters. So we are very, very good, our role in disaster management. So natural disasters are earthquake, landslides, floods, tsunami, right, and the pandemic that came. And man-made disasters are terrorist attack and road traffic accident. Right, road traffic accident, they said more than 150,000 people used to die in India every year. Right, but because of that pandemic, 1 year, I think so nobody died in road traffic because the roads were closed. No traffic on the road. Right, next slide. So more to talk about COVID, and then finally came the natural disaster, COVID. Next. Yeah. First team to Mumbai to reach Iran, 26th. December, 26 December, it was a Friday morning and we got a call 9 o'clock in the morning. There is a disaster in Iran, whether our team can go. 1:30 afternoon flight we took, 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock we landed, 6 o'clock we were working. We were saving lives. Saving life is the most important. So as a physiotherapist, don't see what you will be doing. You don't need to give ultrasound. You first go and remove them, save them. Earlier you go, more life you will save. So we could reach, and the Red Cross of that country came next day morning 9 o'clock. So we were almost 12 hours before them from India. We went from India. And their Red Cross had to come only from the capital to there because they were not equipped. They were not knowing also what to do. But we have our things ready. Whenever there is a disaster, immediately we know what to carry and we run. Next. So then came the earthquake Bhuj in India. Again, please remember, saving life is the first priority. How fast? Don't think what should I carry, who will get me the water, where I will sleep. No, go there, start. Next. Yes, even we saved them almost, it was more than 36 hours. The two there, these are all of Gujarat, what you are seeing. But our first aim was to remove them from the debris and save them. Next. This lady, H rodding done by Bharti Hospital, but no physiotherapist was there to attend, so bed sore could kill her. So we got her at the right time and we started dressing and treating her and saved her life. A very good surgery done. H rodding done saved. Right? The spinal cord was saved by H rodding. But if the physio is on that, these are the things that tells them, the medical fraternity, how important we are. Right? Next. And this was the setup, how we used to set up physiotherapy department. This is again Bhuj. The down one is Kashmir. We had to be in open. Right? But being there and treating, being there with them is more important than what you are going to do. Next. This is army, these villages were not allowed. It's not allowed Indian army to go. But just because we had gone as a team to save them from the earthquake that had happened in Odi area. So after we went, we requested them, can we call the army? So they were allowed. So that's why the picture, historic picture was taken there from that. The village down there, there was a school. But we took permission and started a center there. So we could treat patients there. And usually earthquake happens immediately or when the weather is very cold or the weather becomes cold post-earthquake. So steam and nebulization works very well. So it's these two things you need to carry. If you're going for the earthquake, area will be cold. Next. So what does WHO say? What is a triage? It's very interesting to know. Okay, we have a place. Write it. Physiotherapy have a role to play. That's what WHO is saying. Right? They have certain things. So when you are with the team, at least you can take a blood pressure. CPR must. You should be knowing. So request to all the colleges, keep extra lectures. Your students will save lives. Teach them CPR. It can happen at your home, it can happen to your neighbor, it could happen when you're traveling by bus or train. You should know CPR. Right. Next. So every physiotherapist should go under training of CPR, and even those who know, at least once in 2 years, repeat it to update yourself on it. Next. Now these are the splints that we talk about. We are going by car, we are going by train, traffic. Most of the accident, what happens by the time the patient reaches the hospital, it's worsened. The injury is complete, it's spinal injury little, right? But the way they are transported, we completely cut the nerve and send it to the hospital. So immediately, see there's a pillow. I borrowed a pillow from a car. The truck wallas have a tape it down. This is a mat of a car. You use the mat to immobilize. Take sticks, we will get it. Tape, we will get it. Immediately immobilize the part. You are saving life. Next. See, even the military army people don't know how to carry. These are all, if it is a spine injury at the neck, they complete the injury and then it's sent to the hospital. So they have to go. So no doubt during earthquake, we take the lariwala, the fruit vendors or vegetable vendors. Believe me, they're the first one to help. We tell them we need your lari to transport the patient. They immediately empty the fruits and vegetables. They put it on the ground, but they will give you the cart. You use it for taking the patients. Next. Then came the COVID, so it was told, it was blessing in disguise for us. We were there 24/7. Our physiotherapists were in ones, they used to wear the PPE, 6 hours it's valid. So they used to go in, when they came out, next one went in for 6 hours. And we used to have it 24/7. Interns, they were going. So we were saving life. Believe me, doctors spoke on video calls what to do, right? But it was the physios who were there inside the ward. They were directly touching the COVID patient. They were treating the COVID patients, right? So that's how we called ourselves the frontline warriors. The doctors dictated on phone. The doctors only came on video calls. But we could not only be on video, we were there treating them. Right? Next. Then what was our role? We were into screening, we could screen who is a COVID patient or not. Right? We didn't require a physician to tell us. Right? Then we were in swab collection helping them. Swab collection, so how fast we send it for the test. We even helped them in vaccination. Right? We knew. So in all the three fields, the physiotherapists were the frontline warriors. Next. Our role in ICU, the lung hygiene, improve the vital capacity. I said 3,500 COVID patients are all vital capacity below 1.5. Please understand, I want to tell you all today, your vital capacity can go up to 5 liters. All Indians are below 2 liters. Women are below 1.5 liters. Why? I blame the government. No tax on breathing. The day government announced, 500 rupees to dena padega na for your breathing in India, then we are Indian. Paisa vasool karega 500 rupees. Right? So till the government doesn't put a tax on breathing, our vital capacity will go low. Please understand why we breathe. I want to tell you why we breathe. Right? The blood circulates in all the arteries and veins is 95,000 kilometers. And impure blood comes at the base of your lung. So every time you breathe, 20% if it is oxygen, 20%, it's not more than 20.76. Lonavala is 21%, Mahabaleshwar, Matharan I have measured is 22-23%. Otherwise oxygen level in Hyderabad, even if it is best, is 20%. So that 20% oxygen when you breathe, out of that 20% hits the impure blood, the blood becomes pure, goes to the heart, heart again sends it all over the body. So the more vital capacity, better is your health. And no fruits. Having medicine, having injection, nothing can replace oxygen. Oxygen has to only and only come through breathing. And the only exercise you have to do is take a deep breath early morning. Don't do it when you are in the rickshaw and sitting in the traffic. All the pollution will go. Fresh air, you see, take a deep breath and come out with a hissing sound. I'm still trying to get that 5 liter one. But those are doing pranayam, that's very good. Or if you are a marathon runner, very good, don't have to worry. But please, when you see fresh air, don't waste. You know why Surya Namaskar was made? Getting up early morning. Right? The ozone, for that ozone. So you have to go outside the house, take a bath, face the sun going to come, do your mantras, do deep breathing. So to increase your vital capacity. We have forgotten now what it is. We do even Surya Namaskar, we want to do it from the house inside. I get up early morning, so I do the Surya, I see the Surya, but from I was supposed to go out. And science has proved it. Please, if you go Google it, the theory of ozone, 7,000 years back Surya Namaskar came. 3,000 years back Moses said, early morning told the Jews, go to the Wailing Wall, you have a wall in Israel, go to the Wailing Wall, I shall protect your health and wealth. That's why they're the richest people in the world. Right? And 2,000 years back Jesus came, he said the first mass is better than the rest of the day. Go mass early morning. So now those Sunday mass they have kept Saturday evening. Because we don't know, no, lazy, why to go Sunday? That one. So that religion also said Jesus said early morning. Then came Islam 1400 years back, morning azan, they kept it azan and said the morning prayers go to mosque, the rest you can do it at home. So science went after it. Okay, what is it? 7,000 years back, Surya Namaskar, two things common, outside the house, early morning. Moses said early morning, wailing wall. Jesus said to church early morning. Muhammad said early morning to the mosque. Then they came with a decision 1 hour 24 minutes or 1 hour 20 minutes before sunrise. The universe releases an ozone which is very, very good for your health. Studies went further. They found out there is no animal or bird in the world that doesn't get a 1.5 hour before sunrise. So if you have a dog or a cat at home, if the door is open, they will go out. They understand ozone more than us. Right? Then studies went further. I give it to my MPT student. Right? Morning walkers, and we have Nana Nani Park in Bombay. Morning walkers, evening walkers. All the morning walkers were healthier than evening walkers. Now this year my students are doing morning when. So I am taking people who are morning walking before sunrise. And there are morning walkers after sunrise. So hopefully by April that study will also come out to see which is better. But I am very sure all those who are walking before sunrise. So students, if you are told by your parents to get up early morning, forget, the science says if you want to be healthy, you have to get up early morning. 1. Sleeping time, it was 11 to 4 at night. It has become 10 to 4. Right? Your body regenerates during that time. Don't miss it. Get up at 4 o'clock and do WhatsApp, no problem. Whatever you are doing late night, do it early morning. Get up early and do it. You will find yourself healthy. Right? The body requires. So if you say, no, instead of 10, I will sleep at 12, and instead of 4, anyhow I'm getting up at 10 in the morning. It's not helping. After 4, it is not helping. And whatever you are losing, after 10, you are losing it. So if you want, and definitely 8 hours of sleep, the science is saying now, okay, you require 8 hours of sleep. Like, no doubt. I can't. Still, I have not been able to get into it. I was 6, with difficulty, I have come to 7 hours. So I make it, I say 10 to 6 is my sleeping time. But sometimes I sleep at 10:30, sometimes it becomes 11 o'clock. Right? But my 6 waking up time is 6. So I want to bring that to 5 o'clock. And whether I can sleep at 9 o'clock, it's important. Right? I go for weddings in Bombay, but I have my food at 7 o'clock and go. Last eating, the best, healthiest eating is finish your food by 7. Finish by 7 o'clock, and next day morning, 9 o'clock, have fruits. Fruits are only for the morning. There is nothing like breakfast. There is no idli, vada, omelette, all that is not there. Forget about it. Science says fruits are for the morning till afternoon. Have a good lunch at 12 o'clock. Have it 11 o'clock also will do. And finish your dinner between 6 and 7. Please do it for 2 months, not 1 month. The body takes 40 days to get adjusted. And after 40 days, the effect will start. So do it for 2 months. If you don't feel better, next time when you see me, allow to abuse me. Okay. So we have a I didn't complete all. So in wards, again, continue improving respiratory health, 6-minute walk test before they are sent home. Then we have got a recover OPD still going on. So a patient come to the recover OPDs, we check the vital capacity. Lot of aches and pains have started after COVID. So again, treat the muscular disorders. Right? So we have a big role still going on as far as COVID is concerned. Next. So post-COVID, we have to take care of the respiratory system. We are the person for cardiovascular system. Again, immunity and prevention, what you are guiding your patient to do, how to immunity, vitamin C, vitamin D, how to bring it up, and musculoskeletal system because a lot of aches and pains are there. Next. Breathing exercises, initially with the PP we go to the wards, then a lot of video calls. Next. I think so, yeah. So we demonstrate regularly video calls. We should take this lectures to a lot of people, a lot of clubs, Rotary clubs, there are other clubs calling us. They have their own crowd through Zoom call. Zoom was again a big help to the physiotherapists to show them. Next. Then proning was started by us for COVID patient because there are 5 lobes in the lungs. The 2 gets oxygen only when you are prone. So proning became important. So as soon as we saw the SpO2 falling, prone, we used to tell on phone, first lie down prone, right? So it was going to help the patient and at least it should come up at least by 5. So these are the tests and things we have done. Then if the patient can walk 6 minutes and the saturation should not drop more than 5. So if they were on 92 and it was dropping 87, we had to again take precaution and tell them to increase their SpO2 level. Next. Yes, so a lot of digital physiotherapy. So it all started telling them how to do exercises at home on video because people were scared coming to the hospital. So that's how we entered digital system, right? But now patients have started coming back. So physiotherapy cannot stop even when there is pandemic. If you are well aware what all you can do, we could treat a patient, hemiplegia patient through Zoom calls. We were treating the knee patient through Zoom calls or video calls of WhatsApp. Thanks. I firmly believe this is my patient from Kutch, right? Impossible also means I am possible. How you look at it, it's very important. Right? For me, nothing is impossible. Right? So in short, what is physiotherapy? Home to toe. When the baby is in the fetus of the mother, prenatal exercises. There is exercises to be done to the mother for safe delivery. Till a person exists, requires physiotherapy for activities of daily living. So there is enough roles to play, enough specialties which is coming up every year, right? I would advise all the students, all the staff, please attend at least 2 conferences a year. If it is one locally or state level, one the Indian level, if opportunity is there, do one international also. If you go to the World Physiotherapy website, I think so in the month of May 2023, World Physiotherapy is once in 4 years. So and this time from Japan, it was in Japan, changed to Dubai. So Dubai is quite, and there are regular flights from Hyderabad, I think so, which goes. And you learn a lot. You meet physiotherapists there are some 5.5 lakh physiotherapists. 5.5 lakh in the world. And almost 60,000 are Indian. But please, we have 1,400 million population with 60,000 physiotherapists, maybe 20,000 not working, they're married and they've taken the degree and framed it. Japan has 1,25,000 physiotherapists. Next state, I think so, Telangana or Andhra will be bigger than Japan. 1,25,000. So don't say it. As awareness comes, more physiotherapists are required. I'm still writing to the government, there cannot be a school without a physiotherapist. You do all the top Ivy schools of Delhi and Bombay, they have a physiotherapist attached to them. I've even written to the aviation minister, a flight cannot take off without a physiotherapist. There should be one of the staff inside should be a physiotherapist. So imagine how much more they want. It's required. Next, I told you all why I did physiotherapy. Because I read in the Holy Quran, he who heals one of my human beings has healed my mankind. And we are all healers. All of you sitting here, you all can heal. Don't bother. I gave you the example of the shadow. Money comes. Right? You just work hard. When God has to give you, it will give you. Patience will come. See, there may be 2, 3. I say from Borivali to Churchgate, at least there are 400 physiotherapists having clinics. So I feel very sad when somebody from Borivali comes for a diathermy to my department. I said, every physiotherapist has a diathermy. You can take diathermy there. So no, I will come here, yeah. Because again, bedside manners, how you talk to your patient, how you explain your patient. Patients love homework. Give them homework. You have to do study. We have a neck program, we have a back program, we have a knee program. So there are programs that exercises they can do home. You should learn. They love. They'll come back and report also. 2 days, all my grandchildren were at home, so I could not do my homework you had given me. But I promise I'll start doing my exercises at home. They love it. Explain them. Don't hide. There is no word called trying. Never use the word, I am trying to get you all right. It was like yesterday I took a flight from Mumbai and the pilot comes out and announces, I'm trying to take you to Hyderabad. So I will say, wait, let me get down, you try. So patient wants to tell you why you want to try on him or her. So say, we have seen many such patients. We have got results. Don't worry. You must have the patient says, my pain has increased. You must have overdone your exercise. You must have done your exercise wrongly. I'm going to re-evaluate you. My senior is going to evaluate you. My ma'am is going to evaluate you today. That we are going to change your exercise. We are going to change your modality. Say all that, but never say trying. If you are going to tell your patient, I am trying to get you all right, it's same saying that I am trying to take you somewhere. So you don't want that. So I have explained as far as my journey of physiotherapy was concerned. I said, whenever you all have an opportunity to Mumbai, please come to Nanavati Hospital. I'll show you my department. It's one of the good department in Mumbai, I say. But we see maximum patients. If you calculate all the other hospitals in Bombay, we see more than them. We see more than 300 patients a day. Right? So please come. I'll take you to my canteen also, where I work. We can have a tea, coffee there in our canteen. Don't bother what you were or what your parents were, what you will be. You have got everything on a platter, right? And please, when we did physiotherapy, we were called Malish Walas, Kasrat Walas. So that name to be rubbed, you all have got on a platter, because I have a degree to name yourself as doctor. Right? We have worked during that time. Right? But today, an orthopedic surgeon wants to do a surgery, and our ex-secretary IAP, Desikaman, is sitting in my room, and an orthopedic surgeon entered with all MRIs and all that. He says, do you think if I remove these muscles, the patient will be able to walk and all that? So I said, sir, only so much you remove, keep it there, it looks okay to me, we will make the patient walk. So he said, when Desikaman is saying, sir, that till today orthopedics were ordering us. But this is my biggest surprise, that a surgeon has to come and ask, and all our cancer surgeons, now please, all our cancer surgeons, they come and ask us how much to remove, how you will keep the patient able to do. So they take our permission. And there have been surgeries which I have attended to warning them, no, don't touch here. Patient won't be able to walk, the patient won't be able to stand. So hold this, keep it, try to see if you can remove it. So this is what we have come to, but you raise your standard now. One has to raise their standard up to then you're wanted. I don't want to claim in everything. Like if somebody comes and asks me about chest PT, I've got an expert. I will be able to answer the basic questions. But I want my expert to go to the ICU and answer. Believe me, I have seen Dr. Pillai was a famous cardiologist from Mumbai. When physios enter the ward, ICU ward, and he's around, he comes out like this. He says, physio again, I don't have to worry now. I can go home. That much. I had many must be doing Father Muller's college in Bangalore. I had a student that's from Bombay studying there. So after every vacation, she should come and work. So student comes to us as observer, second year, third year vacation, what they will do at home. So they come to Nanavati. So when she was in third year, came again, first year came, second year, third year, went back to college. So the HOD was taking them to the ward to see them ICU patient. So one patient was on a ventilator, right? So he saw the patient. Say, we'll go to some other patient. This patient is not doing good. The girl went forward and told, sir, allow me. Allow me, I've done a lot of these cases at Nanavati. I want to adjust his ventilator. Okay? She adjusted in 10 minutes. The patient relaxed, smiled, could breathe. Sir straight came to his office, called me. Sir, wonderful. Just now I could see a patient being served. So we have that role. We save lives. Pandemic. So 6 o'clock morning, one student from Bhopal wrote to me, sir, early morning, my paper I'm presenting 6 o'clock is on sports medicine. So at 6 o'clock I'm awake, sir, no problem. Sir, please attend. So the organizer called me. Okay, sir, you are attending? I said, yeah, the student requested me if she's speaking on sports medicine. So, sir, he said, I can never believe. I can never believe just because I had your number and called your mobile to be sure that somebody is not coming on your name at 6 o'clock. I said, why not? The topic was interesting. Right? So there are enough things to see, to learn. It's not only your classes. You should just go outside the classes, think outside the box. So many specialties. I can only end my talk with telling you all, may God give you all a healing hand. Thank you. Any questions? There was a query around about DR. I don't like to be called a DR. Today physiotherapy is a bigger name. Right? Whole of Baroda, when I was studying, I was called Ali Physio. I should be proud of it. Doctors are too many, physiotherapists are less. Right? So with my your university, when you are troubled, let me explain you. No MBBS, MD or MS degree, you will not be able to show me with the word doctor on it. It's Mr., Mrs. or Miss. So no university will write doctor before your name, except you do your PhD. So none of orthopedic surgeon has worked 20 years in Bombay, has gone to US, doctor so is writing, in US is writing Mr. So-and-so orthopedic surgeon. Because there they don't allow you to write. Right? It's not clinic, you have to write office. Here you want to write hospital, you want to write clinic. So every country has their own rule. Right? Bhagwan Rajneesh used to call himself Bhagwan. Right? Somebody went to court, Allahabad court. Okay, how can you write Bhagwan? So there's an order. Highest degree that one can give to oneself is Bhagwan, God. You also call yourself. You can't force people to call you. You want to call yourself whatever you want, you call. There's nothing above Bhagwan. Huh? You put before your name. But you can't force people to call you by that name. Right? So this is our law. So we calling, and what is the definition of doctor in Oxford Dictionary? Anybody who treats patient. So are you not treating patient? You are allowed. The real meaning of doctor again given is anybody who is into teaching. So only a teacher could be a doctor. So how they are writing? So there was a very nice argument in Delhi. I had asked the NDTV to keep a show. And I had told the IMA people when we had problem with MC and IMA. I said I will come alone. Get your lawyers, get your top people. I will sit on NDTV live. Live it should be, no recording. I will remove the DR from your names. That was my challenge. Okay, who can write DR in front of the name? Right? They also cannot write. We are writing, anybody comes out, they get MS, MBBS. Whatever they do, it will be Mr., Miss or Mrs. Say, show me your university degree. It won't be doctor. So they go to the association. They go to the association IMA, they write as doctor. The Jyotish Ratna, all the Jyotish, they write, Jyotish Ratna so-and-so name. What is that degree? That degree is also same. It is their association giving that word. They are allowed if they are members there. Then there is another Allahabad court hearing, very good. After doctors were writing to a Bhagwan, Rajneesh could write Bhagwan. So the architects went, if they are writing DR, we will write AR, right? Hello. Engineers went, if they are writing AR, we will write ER, right? Right? So only we didn't go for the PR. We said no, we are whatever we are. So please don't.
Speech, apart from the fantastic, absolutely amazing speech, I think there are two characters, traits that are reflecting in today's speech. I saw that and I believe it because we all believe in now evidence-based practice. And I want to show that evidence to you. You know what he did first when he came on the stage? First thing he did is he asked every one of you to stand up and respect my grandmother. So that is the definition of Dr.ALI IRANI sir. That is one personality trait which we all should learn. It is the humanitarian compassion. He could see, he could feel, he could understand, he could appreciate the pain that I am going through today, right here. And he made it the first part of his speech. So very big hands for Dr.ALI. And second part, what I observed, that he was not into pelvic floor. But if you look at his speech, rewind the recording and see how many times he used the word pelvic floor, head, Vavai, full form of Vavai. When he understood that this particular brand from India is going global, with his label, whatever he can do, he wants to do for us with no other motive.
I asked 2 slides.
And he asked me for 2 slides. He said that give me 2 slides which can summarize the pelvic floor. So if we are doing it in Dubai or we are doing it in 13 countries, how can we expand? He has nothing to gain from that. But that is a professional passion. So there are 2 things. Humanitarian compassion for my grandmother. And second is professional passion. If we can learn only these 2 personality traits, our life will be different. If we can learn only 2 attitude of him, our life will be different. And my friends, in his respect, I would like to end this with last few lines, that it's not the gift or talent at birth. It's not the gift or talent at birth. It's not the bank balance that is worth. It's not the gift or talent at birth. It's not the bank balance that is worth. It's not the color and texture of your skin. It's not the color and texture of your skin, my friends. It's only and only the attitude of Dr.ALI IRANI sir that makes him great. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hind.
All yours.
See the time.
Your flight has still time.
Please remember one thing. When I used to go to school, our dad used to give us 25 paisa to spend. I'm talking about 1975. But there was a tag to it. If you give it to a beggar, come home and take double. So we used to search, we all our brothers used to search for a beggar to give 25 paisa. So we go home and take 50 paisa, we can buy something better. Right? I took that when I came to started working, and I still tell you all can try it. Any amount you give in charity, the double will come back from God to you. If it doesn't come, never do charity. I had a patient who used to come and give me 300 rupees and 500 rupees to give it to a patient. I'm talking about 20 years back. 300, 500 whenever she was taking treatment. Somebody who doesn't have pay there. That same lady today gives me 1.5 lakh. She said, you taught me. Every time I give, double comes. So God has started giving me more, so I give more. Right? I do take care of orphanages once a month, one of my weekends. For orphans. I've got 200 in Lonavala, another place in Lonavala I've got 125, another place I've got 45, and I've got 824 Adivasi kids, Gujarat Maharashtra border. So I visit them also once a month. We are educating them. So please, your part of you is charity, not by money. Please go and see a patient. 20% of my patients in Nanavati have to be free. That's a permission I took from my hospital. So police I don't charge, they're national property. Army, Navy, Air Force I don't charge. Sports people I don't charge. I don't charge. Right? That is my contribution for the country. So similarly, when you see, don't say no to a patient, don't treat because you don't have money. Right? So that once a month that I go out with for the camps, believe me, I've seen people who can't get appointment in Mumbai come and see me in the Vapi or Gujarat area. They catch me there because then we are whole day I'm serving and I'm seeing patients there. So please do go to rural areas. All the principals who are here, send your students. A part of the blessing comes to you because you have taught them to go to rural area. 70% of Indians stay in rural area. You don't know the blessing that you get there. We were in Uri and there were 2 neighbors fighting, right? So I went to ask them, "Kyun jhagad rahe ho?" So he said, "Nahi, I want to call you for lunch at my house. So this neighbor is saying, no, aap bhi khana lao, aap bhi khana. So the love is so much there just because you went there to treat them. So you don't know all the loves are in the rural areas. Big city, no, they are not bothered. They are paying you money, they will scold you also, shout also. But at least you get a lot of blessing in that area. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you for your good words. Respect is one, and we should please the respect. Can I say about a complaint of a student? Sorry. I was visiting a college in Bangalore. A mother called me. I'm talking about some 12 years back. And she said that her son wanted to do physiotherapy, was adamant to do physiotherapy. We sold a piece of land to make him a physiotherapist. After joining in 2 months, he came back and said, it's very difficult to stay in hostel, so I will have to rent a house. So the mom said, I sold my bangle, 1 kada. And we paid the deposit, what, 20,000-25,000 deposit for the house. Mothers are mothers. She started collecting, a lot of household things. They were staying at Kadri, some 80 kilometers from Mangalore, a place called Kadri. So Sunday morning, she took a taxi with her husband. They went to the son's house. Now son has a house. Was studying physiotherapy. So he said he went there. My son was with. This is the mother called me, complaining about the son. So my son was with his friends at home. So he said, okay, we came back immediately. I said, what happened? He said, nothing. He introduced us as the servant of the village. This is what the son had done. Introduced the parents as that they are my servants from who taking care of my parents. So he said they heard it, we felt hurt. We came back. So I said, but your son will never be a good physiotherapist. So I said, I'm going tomorrow, I will tell this story in the hall. Let us see, so tea breaks, the boy was coming close to me, so I understood somebody is trying to talk to me. I said, Bolo. I said, sir, I am that boy, what should I do now? I said, bring them back. You have to call them, you have to introduce them to their friends, they are your parents. I said, I can give you in writing only today, you will never be a good physiotherapist. Never. In Mumbai it is known, there was a flat next to my mom's flat, she was in first floor, I was in second floor. So I was very close to both of them, my mom and dad. Right. So then I asked for the price, exactly the person who wanted it to sell said twice the price. I said, okay, how much you want in black and how much in check? So he said, I thought you will negotiate, I just said a price like that. Flats that time in Bombay, I'm talking about 30 years back, was 6 lakh, 6.5 lakh. So he told me 12 lakhs. I said, how much black, how much? So he said, I thought you will negotiate, you will say, 6 lakh ka hai to 8 lakhs, 10 lakhs. I said, I don't negotiate for my parents. Right? Because I am buying it for them. Right? So please, I never left a house morning going to hospital without seeing my mom. That was a non-thing. And night, again when I came, I had to see her. If I was traveling, I had to tell her or I had to call her. I am back, I am taking a flight, I have reached. Because they bless. There's a very nice story of Moses. Moses was one of the prophets who was very angry. So when his mother died, he put the mother in the grave and he was walking. So there was a voice from the heaven. Okay, Moses, slow down. The mother who used to pray for you is no more. So you will only know the worth of your mothers when they won't be there. So till they are there, please use their blessings. It's unreplaceable. If they do it, they bless you, your heart is jadoo. Then treatment comes, people will come to you, they will start getting all right. Otherwise, I always tell my students, all the machines are same. Anywhere in the country you go, all the ultrasound are same, all the diathermies are same, all the lasers are same, right? And all the syllabuses in our country is same. Only difference is what Hyderabad does in 3rd year, Bombay will be doing it in 4th year. What we are teaching in 4th year, somewhere else it is in 2nd year. But by the end, we complete all the subjects that we want. So why somebody becomes good, why somebody becomes very popular, lot of patients going to them, and nobody goes to them. So there is a catch in that. Go and find out the relationship with the parents. Find out how they were close to the parents. So all those who are close to the parents today, not only in physiotherapy, in every field. a good MP, a good managing director, whether you go to any great minister or go to any bank manager, if you're finding them good, helpful, girl surgeons, the best surgeons, you will see them, there is somebody behind them, the blessing from the parents first, and then comes the patient. Good luck to you all the best. Sorry, I am in a hurry, but I shall eat and go. Hopefully by 3 o'clock, whatever she wants to give, till I'm at the disposal till 3 o'clock. Then I have to rush and take a flight. Because whole September I am traveling because of the physiotherapy week. So I will be just first time in Ahmedabad, second time in Ahmedabad, third, fourth, fifth time in Bangalore. Come back, I am in Chandigarh on 11th, 12th. Then I go for my camp to Iraq, Karbala, till 17th. Because there's a nice 90 kilometers walk. So every year I go, not for the walk, to treat the patients. So there's a place from Najaf to Karbala, people walk. And how many? 22 million people. That's the crowd. So it's free to treat them and watch them. And the whole road, the highway, is food. You keep walking and you can eat whatever you want. Everything is free, 5 days. So I put my camp and I see patients there. I come back, I go to Kargil, because Kargil is holding a marathon on 19th of September. So 18th I will be going to Srinagar, after that take a car to Kargil. 21st I'll be back. And again 24th, 25th I'm in Chandigarh. I'm with the Assam Rifle Army on 1st, 2nd, 3rd October. So we should be proud. The army people call us that to be with them, to treat them, see their problems. So I'm going to evaluate a lot of army people. Assam Rifle is China border. So they were first worried whether I will dare, Afghanistan, every December I go. When one day I was at the airport and a blast started, to the president of Association of Physiotherapy Afghanistan called me, "Okay, sir, are you okay?" I said, "I'm very okay." He said, they're not allowing the car to come in. I said, "No problem, I'm walking out. Car to I said, "I'm just staying, just stop at that road." I went. 5 days I was there with him. Nobody goes Afghanistan. Once or three physios from Delhi said they are coming. I got on, and all flights are via Delhi or Kabul. So on the flight I was searching, I took ground, nobody was there. I got down, I said maybe I missed them on the flight. So I was walking and they were waving, the physiotherapist. So I thought the other physios, I went on looking behind. I reached the session, no sir, they called up and said, "No, it's not." But the Afghan physios tell me, "Yes sir, Talibans know that you come, but they respect you so much, nothing will happen to you." They all said that he's going to, they should decide which hotel I'll go for dinner. Yeah, and they should, all protections were there. And I should say with the UN house, military base. But who will teach them if we don't go? It's years, 30 years, nobody has gone to teach them. So I give them 5 days, sometimes 3 days, 4 days I stay there. And all the physios of Afghanistan gather at one place, Kabul. And I take my workshop whole day. So hopefully, I hope this girl calls me. But usually my lectures are whole day. I start at 8 or 9 in the morning and go up to 6. Non-stop, whatever I know I teach. Because I always say I don't know whether I'll come again. So wherever place I go, so I want to teach whatever I know. So I give it to the students. God bless you and thank you once again. And your team, lovely. And first time, see I got used to go to conferences where the event managements are doing it. But here I saw the organizer coming to airport to receive you, then organizer being down, sitting on your head for dinner and making you have the dinner. Morning 7 o'clock she got the chai, right? Then said, "What do you want for breakfast?" And the whole team, I've been seeing after dinner also night they were decorating and putting the stage and putting the chairs so that you all can all come and sit. Thank you, and please all of you, all the whole group that you all have been here, Hyderabad, and the city of Nizam. I call it a vibrant city. I don't know, when you land in Hyderabad, there's a lot of vibration, good vibes. It's lovely to come here, and every time I thought, I will come again. It's like that. Thank you, God bless you.
Thank you so much, sir. Guys, did you observe one thing? When anyone else is talking, this mic is making a lot of noise. When Ali sir was talking, we didn't do any glitch. Ali sir, you have to stay back on the desk. Now I have one quick question for you. which zone are you in right now? Alpha, theta, delta, gamma, whatever. Right? So I'm letting you stay back without lunch for another 15 minutes. Before that, you all have heard him and you're eager to hear him more because the hunger for knowledge is more in you. Clap for yourself for that. You are really being a great educator today. And Ali sir, I introduce you, Rahul Biswas, the general manager of this this venue we are staying right now. Before I give a very big announcement, he has a question regarding physiotherapy for you. So if you allow him, Rahul sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. Here, most of you, all of you are a doctor or going to be a doctor. Maybe my question is a little silly, but last 20 years it is in my mind, but I could not able to take it out. The question is to Ali sir. Ali sir and myself, he is my guru since late 80s. So a guru, his shishya is asking a question to guru. It's very important for me. I was in USA for around 11 years. On 9/11, on that massacre day, I had an accident which made me almost paralyzed at around evening 7 p.m. So I was being given chiropractic treatment. So I would request sir to give me a differentiation between physiotherapy and chiropractic. Are they two each other? Anything related with each other?
I would say chiropractic done by a physiotherapist will be better. I do it. We call it manual therapy, mobilization and manipulation. Same thing they do it. They do it in a more harsher way and know the anatomy a little lesser. We will be very accurate. If you want any of your vertebra to be opened, we can go point wise. They open it generally, in general. So we can be to the point, and we do practice manual therapy. And there are many workshops happening in India. Deepak Kumar is one of them, Dr. Mohanty does, Dr. Jha does. That person is one of the very good, it's from South, Bangalore. I love his workshops. So if you all should do, it's one of the skills that you all should learn. Dry needling is another one, taping is another one, Pilates is another one. So it's so proud, I see youngsters now doing Pilates or showing yoga, becoming yoga teachers. A physiotherapist, because we have done 4.5 years of anatomy and physiology. So, but they do courses of 2 years in Canada, Toronto. Spain does it, Toronto does it, Vancouver does it, New Zealand has. So it's just a branch of directly, rudely pushing. So their knowledge of anatomy and physiology is little less. We had a Dr. Madiwala in Surat. People with disc used to go there and he used to kick. It's annoying. But I was studying in Baroda, so if he treated 100 patients, at least 2 came to spinal injury ward of Baroda. So his kicking could disconnect the spine. But people were going, because every day he had more than 100 patients. So if 2 becomes paralyzed, what is wrong? Other 98 were feeling better. So we do it more anatomically, I would put it like that. Right?
So why it is not physiotherapy? Because I've tried to search.
Physiotherapists are costlier than the private practitioner. So the money is more important for them. Right? We were 20 in the class, 18 are in US. So whenever I go to meet them, so I said, how much money you collect per day? Tell me that. Nothing. So all has to be paid by insurance at the end of the month. So believe me, all the physiotherapists there have 5 patients who are not patients. They come and enroll and they share the money half an hour. So it's $125 per day, 10 sitting is 1,000. So 600, the physio gets 600, that guy gets, nobody comes for treatment. So they survive the clinic with that sharing that insurance money. The loss is of the insurance. So today you have come, next month may the wife come, next day the son comes. So every month may there is somebody billing to physiotherapy in USA. So that's why it's a costly affair. But a chiropractic they may go and maybe even $40, $50 they'll get treatment. And there's nothing that they have to come again. So the knowledge is only one, they mobilize you, that's all. Whether you become alright, whether you become paralyzed is not their job. You have gone to chiropractic, they will mobilize and leave you. Hopefully next time she should give me more time. I would have demonstrated here. I say neck problem is bread and butter for a physiotherapist. 85% of people have neck problem. You want to know how to take your chin forward, no pain. Push it back, if it is paining, you have a neck problem. You are a patient. So we mobilize it. Okay, and I demonstrate it always. So I believe that spine increase the range is decrease in pain. So I increase the range from lumbar, from thoracic, from neck, and you become a different person. I've done it on sportsmen, make them run 100 meters, okay, without warming up. So there is timing, they will take 22 seconds, 100 meters. Then tell them to warm up and do, they may do it in 18 seconds, right? And then when you mobilize them and do, they may do it in 14 seconds. See the difference. So that's what mobilization does. So that was required by the to be done on a physio to the fast bowler. So morning when, if the team was bowling first, so I had to prepare that 4 bowlers. And if you were batting first, I had to prepare the first 4 batsmen, stretch them. And each stretching takes almost 20 minutes. Next time I'll demonstrate, I found a point in the sole of the foot to release the hamstring. So I've not got the marbles with me. Actually, I always demonstrate. So when you're standing, you can't touch your toes. So I'll make you stand on a marble at a specific place of your foot. And after 2 minutes, you can touch your toes. So which any therapy, dietary, ultrasound, nothing will be able to do it. I used to take at least 12 minutes for each hamstring to be stretched. So that's why I went for it to find out that spot, what could make it easy. Because to treat 14 players, release the hamstring was really difficult. So then I started doing it on the marble, and fantastic results. Rahul, thank you for everything. This wouldn't have been so good and apt without, because you have done it with your passion for us.
Thank you so much.
God bless you. Thank you.
Rahul sir, should I announce the bonus you gave us right now about the hall? So I'll tell you what Ali sir's effect is. You must have heard a lot of effects. But the Ali sir's effect is, I was talking to Rahul sir behind and telling him, sir, we are running behind the time. So I can't give the hall by 4 o'clock. The thing in Hyderabad is we have to come out of the venue at any cost by 4 o'clock. And he said, ma'am, you made me meet my hero. The hall is all yours today. So you don't have to go anywhere. The culturals are also there. Paper presentation is there. Awards are there. Everything will happen post lunch. Before that, Ali sir, when are you coming back to Hyderabad? I don't know to let him go for sure for now.
Good said that. Good answer. Somebody asked for another they wanted to have a workshop. I said not September, but after October 10th, I should be able.
Anytime you are here, no sir, it will be a huge learning for us. And on this note, I would like to tell something. Last year when sir came for Phoenix's conference, I awarded him with Lifetime Achievement Award. He called me and said, Sarkar, you gave me Lifetime Achievement Award. From that moment on, every conference he got the same award. And he said, I feel like a senior citizen right now. And I said, don't announce the retirement soon, because Lifetime Achievement for sir is started by me. On the same note, I got another award ready for sir with another title which is apt for him. May the award flow to him, though it doesn't matter to him. Sir, before the felicitation happens, I have one request for you. You said some fool wala before, no? Those girls are laughing at me thinking I am a fool. So I'll give you the no.
Flower. Hindi mein flower is fool. Fool hokar.
Now I'm giving you again. Please tell it that I'm not that English fool, but I Hindi fool.
It is PHOOL, fool. फूल होकर, फूल लेकर, फूल के पास, फूल लाया और फूल कर कहा, फूल ले लो. So it's not F.
You girls understood right now? Ante. Sir, please have your seat. And the team Phoenixers would like to felicitate you. And Chitubab.
Okay, sir, we are not that far enough to understand.
The title I'm giving to Ali sir is Legend of Physiotherapy, and I think he deserves it.